In today's video, we'll be talking about headaches and movements you can do to relieve them. Hi, I'm Lenore. I help people reduce stiffness and pain by improving body awareness because you can't change what you're not aware of. This helps people move more functionally so they can do the activities they love. All of us have experienced headaches from time to time. There are different types of headaches. I'm going to be focusing on tension headaches, which are due to muscular tension or tightness. One thing that helps is awareness of how we're holding our head, awareness of if we're tensing the muscles unconsciously. When a muscle is tight, it means that we lack a control of that muscle. It's out of our control. And also when a muscle is tight all the time, it's pulling and tugging on the attachment points. So in terms of the head, if we have tightness in the back of the neck, which is a very common area, that's going to pull and tug on the tissue of your skull cap, basically, which causes pain. One of the big contributors to headaches is actually the muscles in and around the head and the neck. So a big contributor to that is our posture. So a lot of people carry their head forward like so. And so that means that the muscles at the back of the neck are working extra hard to keep the head lifted. And instead of using gravity, if the head is right over the shoulders, which are over the hips, which are over the heels, then there's no effort involved. There's no muscles that need to work. So awareness of our posture is a big one. Just notice if you're standing, if your head is forward of your shoulders. So just sliding the chin back can be a big help. The other thing is that you want to strengthen those neck muscles because they're weak and tired from always having the head hang forward. So come onto your hands and knees. So you're neutral here, so you're looking down and just notice that your neck is neither arching or flexing. So now let's begin by adding the rest of the spine to this. So pelvis tips forward, belly sags, chest lifts, and you look forward. So notice as you do this in the classic cow position that you feel the back of your neck working. Then slowly release that along with the rest of the spine to neutral. Now tuck the pelvis round the spine. Let the head hang at first and then tuck the chin so you feel the front of the neck muscles working. And then slowly release that back to neutral. You can go back and forth, just highlighting in this pose the neck area. You can take it a step further. The next time you come forward and look up, just gently turn your head a little bit to the left so you start to feel more of the left side of those neck muscles working. And then release that, come back to center, round. And now tuck the chin, but look a little bit under the left armpit. And then release that. Come into cow, look up a little bit to the right this time. And then slowly releasing that. Rounding and tucking and looking a little bit to the right with the right armpit. And then release that. You can go back and forth between the two. But the idea is that you want to just feel different fibers of those neck muscles working. A little bit more on the left side when you look to the left, and a little bit more on the right side when you look to the right. And then same when you're coming into your rounded position and tucking the chin, just a little bit of a tuck more one way versus the other. So a key principle in releasing any tight muscles is to contract it voluntarily, that means with awareness, and then slowly releasing it with control. And the third piece is to come to a still position where the muscles are off. So in somatics, we call that a pendiculation, and you can do that for any muscle in the body. So for example, if we tip your head to the left and slide that shoulder up, you're voluntarily contracting the upper trapezius of the left side, and then you're going to notice that, and then you're going to slowly release it with as much awareness as possible and as slowly as possible until it's all the way released. And then it's off. So just taking note of that. Now it's effective to do the same side several times. So I would suggest repeating that left side 3 to 5 times. And then you're going to notice the difference internally, the sensations of that left shoulder, neck area and the right. Okay. Now we're going to do a bit of self-massage. So what you'll need here is a block, or you could use a stack of books. And I have some yoga tune-up balls here, but you could also use tennis balls. You want to have 2 of them, and I've got them in a little tote here which keeps them together. You could also put them in a plastic bag and tie them just so they stay together. So we'll be focusing first of all on placing the balls at the back of our head where the skull meets the neck. So come and lie on your back and rest the head on your block. You're going to take your balls and bring them in that spot. And initially, just let the head rest here and breathe into this position. So you're allowing gravity and the weight of your head to sink into the balls, which adds a little bit of pressure into those points where the muscles of the back of the neck attach to the skull. So after doing that for several breaths, you can then add a little bit of movement. So we're going to be doing a gentle nod, saying yes. You'll feel the head roll onto the balls. So move up and down with awareness and slowly a few times. And then you can come to a still position, and we'll now do the opposite, which is turn the head a little to the right and to the left as if saying no. So now you'll feel the balls nestle into alternating between one side and the other. So like I said, this is the attachment point for the muscles at the back of the neck, which get overused. So we're massaging them to bring some relief, which temporarily lengthens them. Okay, then come to a still position. So now we can combine the two, and that's going to look like a figure 8 or an infinity symbol as you roll your head around, or a figure 8 on its side and switch directions. Breathe through this. It can be tender, and you're welcome to linger in a spot that feels good. You feel like you need a little more time there. Okay, and then you can remove the balls and just rest your head on the block for a moment, noticing the difference and sensation after doing that. Then come on up. Take one ball now, and you're going to come lie on your side. So for this one, the ball is going to go kind of behind the ear. So right behind the ear, there's a little knob here, a little protrusion, bony protrusion. You're going to place the ball right there. But we're going to use the weight of the head so the ball can sink into that area. So there's a muscle called the sternocleidomastoid, or SCM, which attaches to behind your ear and comes down, attaches to the collarbone. So you can see it, what it does is it turns your head. So you can see it kind of defined here. And so that's anything that attaches to the head. Basically, when it's tight, it can pull and cause headaches. So by using the balls or massaging those muscles, making them relax and become a little bit longer. So you're going to lie on your side and rest the ball, place the ball under that bony protrusion behind your ear. You can use your hand to hold the ball if it slips, if you have a tennis ball. So you're simply going to nod your head, saying yes, up and down. You should feel some tenderness here, which means that you're targeting the attachment point of that muscle. You can then move your head side to side as if saying no. And so now we're cross-fibering the muscles. The other one, when we were nodding, we were going along the grain of the muscle. But again, this is the attachment point, so it's not the belly of the muscle. Then you can do circles. So you're going to be encircling that bony protrusion, and be sure to switch directions. You can linger in areas that feel good and breathe into that. And then be sure to do the other side. Notice the difference in how that feels. You might also notice your range of motion changes in terms of how far you can turn your head one way versus the other.
If you've enjoyed this video and find these tips helpful, please drop me a like or subscribe to my channel. I'd also appreciate any comments you have from watching it. Until next time.